What do you do, my gente? Your boys coming through once again with the new video. On today's video, I'm gonna talk about lifers and the SB 260, SB 261. You know, the reason I want to talk about this is because I covered this story yesterday about this one inmate. Well, it actually was Sally's, right? It was a Sally's. They got into it. One became unalive, and the other Sally, whose name is Jesse Hernandez, was sent to ADSEC pending charges, right? Pending investigation. They found a manufactured weapon in the cell. And you're like, well, okay, doesn't matter. He's a lifer. He's never gonna get out. But nah, you're wrong. Nowadays, being a lifer doesn't mean that you're gonna stay in prison for the longest. Like it was once believed, right? Which maybe in the 2000s, on the 90s, they were not letting no lifers out, right? Because it depends. Probably the governors that we had at that time and the laws. As a matter of fact, I remember somebody saying that one of the governors said that he was not gonna let the lifers go home, and the only way a lifer was gonna get out of prison is by a casket. So for the longest, I mean, lifers was just going on a sick one, right? There's no consequences. Doesn't affect their sentence. They're gonna be doing all their life in prison, so might as well why even follow the rules, right? But the game changed in 2016, 2017, with the implementation of the SB 260, SB 261, and where if you commit your crime when you're 25 years and under, that means that you have a greater chance of going home than somebody who committed their crime when they were 26, 27 and older, right? Why? Because they're talking about the brain hasn't developed, and when you're younger, you're quick to react without thinking about the consequences, right? So based on this, we now see a lot of lifers out there on the streets, you know, creating YouTube channels. A lot of people, a lot of lifers out there helping the community. I know a gang of lifers, man, that are out there pushing for laws, helping the community, because what? They understand the impact of their crime and they're making amends. You know, for those who went to board like I did, we understand that most of us, we on that trip of making amends, giving back to the community, because we have taken so much from the community. Not everybody's gonna be like that, but most of those lifers are gonna be like that. That's facts. Now with this case with Jesse Hernandez, right? What he did, what I published yesterday. Allegedly, I mean, it was just him and his celly, right? But he's gonna get this case, this unalive case on him, on his jacket. What does this means? It means that this individual, man, just screw his. Like, he have no chance. He does not qualify for the SB 261 or SB 260. He was locked up around the age of 16, 17, right? So in 24 years or 25 years, he was going to go to board, which he was already down for 20 years. So in 5 more years, he was going to go to board and present his case in front of the board, right? He was going to have a chance of going home, especially because he qualifies under the SB 260 or SB 261. His chances of going home were higher. But now that he committed that the unalive, his chances are slim. Why? Because that's one of the things about the SB 260, SB 261. If you unalive somebody, If you have that jacket on you in prison, you become disqualified. You don't qualify for that. So they're gonna see you as an adult still being danger to society. So this guy just screw his, and now he's gonna become a real lifer, not a chance of going home. All because whatever happened in the cell, right? And a lot of lifers, they're not laced up on this. A lot of lifers going to prison thinking that, you know what, I'm done. This is it. Not knowing what the laws they're about nowadays. You know, now like right now, a lifer can somebody can catch life, years to life. Does not mean that he's gonna go in prison and be right there 25 years, and then after those 25 years they're gonna see board. Nah, they have changed everything in the sense that now those guys can bring down their life sentence through milestones, through rack credits, and instead of seeing board at their 25 years, they probably can see them on their 21, on their 20 year, depending how much credits you get to earn, right? And if you don't unalive somebody in prison, your chances, if you committed your crime when you're 25 and younger, of actually getting out of prison, it's gonna be greater, man. I seen this this one individual, man, in where he talks about the lifers, and he talks facts in the sense that these lifers or people who are doing a gang of time, that once we're done doing our time, once we're out there on the streets, or right here on the streets, right? See, I'm talking about like I'm still in prison, but once we are here on the streets, we just think about this, like what we did, was it worth it? And everybody, man, who was a lifer, who did a long period of time in prison, there's gonna be no way. This is not worth it. What I did back then, so I can get those many years and waste my time in prison, it's not worth it at all. And that's what it is, man. That's what it is. Now, you're gonna come across individuals who go to board, who still got those tendencies, right? They're scandalous, got those tendencies, and they're trying to work the board in their favor, right? They qualify under these laws, and because they got so corrupt with the system, with the politics, with the mañas of so many people, they don't let go of their old habits, right? All they want to do is just trying to put a front to everybody, to the board, to the people out there, but on the background, they're over there plotting. You know, they're like, oh, shit, I'm gonna get over this individual. I'm gonna get over the board. So once they let me go, once I get off the parole, I can do whatever I want. I can act the way I want and do whatever I need to do without making amends to the community that he hurt, to the people, and or trying to change a life, you know? Because everybody, we all talking about changing lives, but one thing is actually changing somebody's life through your content, through just speaking to somebody. And one thing is just saying that and doing the opposite, you know? And you're going to see a lot of people of that. But this video is just to tell you guys how somebody can throw their life away. No matter if they're lifer, they still got a chance of going home. But not a lot of people know that by doing certain violations and CDCR, you become disqualified, and it will affect you to the point that you're gonna do a long time in prison. if you get a chance to ever get out of prison, So with this being said, don't forget to comment what you guys think about this subject. I mean, just because you're alive for it doesn't mean that you're through. You gotta have a chance to go home, and not like before where you have 25-year life. You have to go to board 25-year life, and hopefully they grant you parole, which most likely doesn't happen on the first board meeting. But nowadays, all that stuff changed, and a lot of people have a chance to go home. But people who don't know are throwing their lives away, not understanding what they just did, right? So give me your opinion, what you think about this. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to the channel, man. I highly appreciate it. With this being said, ahora sí, I'm out. Al ratos, I wish nothing but the best to you and your familia. Hasta luego. Saludos.